Shalom to my brothers and sisters who are in the body of YAHUWAH, and this is a continuation of YAHUWAH's calendar, part 17. And the title of this lesson is The Mystery of Time Being Changed. And also we're going to be doing a quick review on the Lunar Epact because I forgot to mention in the previous video about what to do when you have a 13th month to figure out when do the lunar year begin in the solar year. Also, we'll be also talking about the Great Circle as well, but those two things will not take long. So as you can see, I have a calendar before me for the year of 2016, and we know that the equinox fell on March the 20th for Arad, Israel. We also know that in the lunar year of 2015 to 2016, we had a total of 384 days for the 13th month. We also had a total of 365 days for the solar year. So if I take 384 days of the lunar year minus 365 days of the solar year, I would have 19 days. So what you would do, you would take the 19 days, count from 20, because 20 is the last day of the month, of the solar year. So 21 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. On April the 8th at sundown, when we had the beginning of the lunar year. On April the 8th at sundown is when we had the beginning of the lunar year, which matches up to what I had in my notes. Let's see here. Not this note. Sorry about that. It is this note here in this calendar. Let me get the other calendar so you can see it better. So in the year of 2016, the lunar year started on April the 8th at sundown. That's when we saw the new moon. So that whole day started from April the 8th to April the 9th from sundown to sundown. So this is what you do when you have a 13th month. You would take your total number of days of the lunar year minus the total number of days of the solar year, and counting after the equinox will give you when the lunar year will begin. We also want to quickly talk about the Great Circle. The Great Circle, or the path or course, contains a total of 532 years. That's the total number of years in the sun's circuit. Okay? The sun's circuit lasts 28 years. Then a new circuit or path is started. So if I would take, and you know what? I just missaid something. There is a great path that the sun will follow, and in that path is a total of 532 years. Now the sun, what it does in this circuit, the sun path will last about 28 years, and then after 28 years pass, a new circuit is started. Okay? So if I take 532 divided by 28, it does this 19 times. For the moon circuit, when you follow it with the sun circuit, has a sevenfold course in 19 years, which means that instead of having 228 full moons in 19 years, you will have a total of 235 full moons in 19 years. It's a 7 full moon difference. Okay? If I take 532 years of the Great Circle, that's how many years that's in the Great Circle. That'll be 28 times that the moon has a 7-fold course that occurs. And you can read about that in 2 Enoch chapter 16 verse 8 for the moon, and 2 Enoch chapter 15 verse 3 for the sun. Okay? And that's probably why you will have that pattern of us having 4 years are 365 years. And then in the 5th year, 366. I know First Enoch mentioned something about one of the 5 years in First Enoch chapter 74, verse 10. And that's something you can do a further study in your spare time. So let us now go to the Word to understand the mystery of time. So I want you to write down these verses here. We're going to talk about this one first. We're going to first talk about the battle of the 5 kings at Gibeon. And then after that, we're going to talk about the dial of Esdras. And first, let me open up with this verse because we need to understand the Most High. Again, His ways is not our ways, and His thoughts are not our thoughts. So in Daniel chapter 2, verse 21, it is written, and He changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. So the Most High will determine what needs to change. So this is why you saw that variation in my seasons, where one was 89, one was, I believe, 90, and so forth. Okay, so He can change what He wants to change. But at the end of the solar year, I still came up to have 365 days. So let us first go to, I would like to first start with this verse. I want to skip before I go to those 2 events. I would like for us to go to Mark chapter 13, verse 20. For this is the mystery about time and why we have a difference in the days now that many miss. Go to Mark chapter 13, verse 20. But in your spare time, read Mathew chapter 24, verse 22. Mark chapter 13, verse 20. And this is very important. The reason why today we have a difference in time is all explained in Mark chapter 13, verse 20. And except that the Most High have shortened those days, no flesh should be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom He hath chosen, He has shortened the days. So if He had not shortened time for us, in other words, most of us would have not made it into the new kingdom. Just as now, those who have awakened and received the whole truth of the Most High, we are looking for YAHUWAH HaMashiach to come back and to deliver us, to redeem us, and to bring us out this captivity. So for us, it seemed like time is taking too long. But the Most High has shortened the days, which is evident in His calendar with the lunar months being shortened. Also, when you look at the amount of time for the solar year, it's like 365.242. When you look at the lunar month, when you look at the lunar year time, it's like 29 days and 5 hours and so many minutes. So it has been some time affected. Even my sister shared with me that earthquakes does affect time. Now there's 2 major events in the Bible that is written that also would give us an idea of how time was affected as well. So in the next video, we're going to be talking about the battle of the 5 kings at Gibeon and the dial of Esdras. Shalom.